Hey guys, it's Jada. What's up? Hi, how are ya? And today we are actually going to be doing my hair. We're actually going to be doing French curl braids. This is my second time ever doing French curl braids, and I thought I would take you guys along with me in hopes that this is a success. So I'm just showing you that my hair is washed and blow dried and ready to be braided up. So I actually got this hair from Amazon. I got 32 packs of hair because I wasn't sure how much I was going to need, as I've gotten hair from Amazon before, and as you can see what I'm showing you the color against my face, but you can see how small those are. So I wasn't aware of how much I was going to need, as I was going to use the hair for not only boho, but I was going to use the hair to actually braid with, rather than using the curly hair as boho and getting straight up braiding hair separately. So I'm getting my little mirror ready. I will also link this down on Amazon if anyone's interested. It is very helpful. It's a three-way mirror. It lets you see, well, basically almost a 360 of your entire head. I wish there was like a little top mirror so you can actually see the top of your head too, but it's fine. So I'm just showing you me setting that up. So now it is actually time to start doing my hair. So I left my hair in 3 sections by parting the first 2 down the middle and separating them in 2s, and then just leaving the back just out in the open. I'm not gonna lie to you, I very much live by the saying of what the back of my head looks like is not my business. I try to keep everything as cohesive and straight as possible, but sometimes that just doesn't happen. As long as it's semi-straight, I don't really care. I know a lot of people, they chase like absolute perfection and they want it to look like professional style. Me personally, I don't care too much if it's obvious that I did my head. Like, as long as it's done and it looks, what's the word, presentable, I kind of don't care. But yeah, I did mention I'm doing knotless braids, right? Well, I'm doing knotless, just in case I didn't state that in the title. But how I usually started the braids is that, depending on if I feel like it's going to be sturdy or not, I usually braid my hair down 2 to 3 times before adding the fake hair. If not, I will grab a little strand of braiding hair and I will just go ahead and just braid it in. I think for this one, I was having a bit of trouble. Like, it was braiding and then randomly it would slide down. That is something that is an issue with this hair, is that it's very silky. So as you're braiding, sometimes it will just kind of come undone and it will slide down, and it will actually undo the whole braid as it's sliding down, and you have to start completely over. So as you can see here, I had to start that braid over. Or maybe this is another braid, actually. I think I did a couple braids off camera, and then I came back and I was like, okay, let me just at least start the braid off and then start recording when I have it secured. But yeah. So you can actually do the boho any way you want. I personally like to do boho by adding the hair as I go. I know some people, they will just add a certain amount of braiding hair and then they will actually pull the hair out from the braiding hair. I did try that. I didn't really like that method, so personally what I like to do is I just braid down, then I grab a strand of hair, I hold the hair in my mouth, and then I continue braiding down, and I just do that on repeat. Hopefully you can see that. I'm trying to explain to the best of my ability, but it's probably not making a whole lot of sense. But, you know, just in case you didn't catch what I did or what I said, you have both a visual and like a verbal like explanation of what I was doing. And as you can see, it does get a little tangled. And then for here, just in case anyone was curious, I am going to do a close-up showing you how I actually secure the ends. So I will pull out a little piece of hair, and with that hair, I will loop around the hair at least twice. So as you can see, I'm using my finger, loop the hair around my finger, pull the hair through, and I loop it twice. And then I make sure to hold that piece of hair that's actually looped around, and I take some glue, and I'm using hair glue, by the way. I mean, not hair glue, nail glue. I'm using nail glue. And then I just put that over the knot a few times, just to secure it in place. So now by this point, I've already done like a couple of rows already, and now I'm doing the sides of my head. I don't know why, but the sides are like my favorite part for some reason. I think especially because I'm adding like little blonde money pieces. I was going to leave it straight blonde, but I was all like, I think mixing it with the black would be really cute. So that's what I ended up doing. So yeah, I ended up mixing the blonde and black, and I think it made a really cute color combo, and I feel like it adds to the look even more versus if I would have just kept it solid black or if I would have just left it, solid blonde. I do want to note, just in case anyone was curious, I did add about like 3 to 4 pieces of boho per braid. Some of them have 5, but I didn't do too much because I honestly didn't want to be too full because I was already going to be making the hair pretty long, and with the job that I'm going to be doing, I need to be able to put my hair back, and if I would have added too much hair, it would have been entirely too thick, and that would have been just like a whole other ballpark. So I thought that was something I should note for you guys, just in case you're curious about how much hair I added. So you can do more or less. It's entirely up to you if you want more braids than boho or if you want more boho than braids. Me personally, I'm more of a boho girl. I like for there to be a lot of boho and not so much braid. And I just wanted to say, if you're wondering why right here I'm just standing there staring at myself, it's because I'm planning on what I want to do next. Like, what you're seeing is me just thinking, like, oh, is this cute? Do I like this? Do I want to keep going forward this way? But yeah, that's all I'm doing, is I'm just thinking about how I'm going to execute this. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to let you guys watch and just see what I do. Okay, I'm making this face because I hate doing the back of my head. Like, those back pieces are literally so hard for no reason. So that's me just talking to you guys and being like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, because at least with the other ones I was able to kind of turn it to the side, but with the back ones it's kind of hard. It's like hit or miss. Sometimes I can do the back ones and sometimes I can't, but usually what I do is I'll start the braid halfway down and then braid it just enough to where I'm able to turn the braid towards me and then continue braiding that way. I think I show it here, maybe not, but that is my method for doing the back ones because I can't do it straight back going completely down. I just can't. By this point, I'm nearly almost done, so I'm like excited because I was so tired. So I'm just showing you like how much I have left, and I'm just jumping to see the length. But I was so sleepy. I think by this time it was maybe like 8 at night. But yeah.
And look at that, guys, we have 2 pieces left to do. That means we have just 2 braids left. So I'm just checking out the back, seeing what it looks like, what the top looks like. Looking back at it now, I could have attempted, it was kind of hard because I told you it's hard to do the back of my head. I could have probably added some hair at the bohos just so you can't see my scalp so much. So maybe if this is something that you're trying to do and you don't want it to look so scalpy, maybe try to add the boho if you're able to. But other than that, like, I think it's fine. I think I did a good job for this only being my second time doing French curl braids and still being a beginner braider. And just like that, guys, we are finished. We made it. Yay! It took 12 hours to do. I started at 9:30 and finished at 9:42. So it took 12 hours and 12 minutes. Minus if you want to count where I washed my hair, deep conditioned, protein treatment, blow dried, such and such. Then it was probably more like 13-14 hours. But we're not going to count that. We're just going to start the time from when I started braiding, which would be 12 hours and 12 minutes. But yeah, I think it's very cute. I like it. Just don't stare too hard at the back, and we're just gonna ignore that, all the hair that's everywhere. But yeah, I think it came out adorable. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Should I do this again? Should I do different colors? Like, what colors should I do? I've done red before. I've done red and pink, but now I'm thinking like maybe I should try blue. We shall see. We'll see if I'm even allowed to do color. But thank you for watching if you guys did. Bye bye.